Even among enthusiasts, confusion about the new Porsche 911 Carrera T continues to roil.
Let's cut right to the heart of it. It's got nothing to do with the underpowered stripper touring model from 1968, nor does it have anything to do with the 911 Turbo, though it does have two turbos. Here's the thing, Porsche wanted to name it Club Sport after its spiritual predecessor, the 1987 911 Carrera 3.2 Club Sport, but BMW owns the trademark on the name these days.
T is what they had left.
They say it stands for touring, but only if you use the autocrosser's definition of touring.
Frame it in the context of the limited edition 3.2 Club Sport, though, and it makes a lot more sense.
Unlike the original T, which was a base model with a much less powerful engine, the new T follows the Club Sport playbook to the letter.
Less weight, sport suspension, manual transmission, mechanical limited slip differential, and no increase in power. PDK and rear steering are optional.
The former is discouraged.
Its mission is to be the best driving street 911, which requires its own explanation.
Although all Porsches are track-ready according to the company, only GT models developed by the Motorsports division are considered track-prepped. You can absolutely track the 911T, but what you really ought to do is what we did. Drive the best parts of the roil Monte Carlo route.
On exceedingly narrow mountain roads with many times more curved miles than straight ones, you don't for a minute pine for the extra 50 horsepower of a Carrera S and certainly not the 130 extra horsepower of a GT3.
I'm extra certain about that last part because we also had a new GT3 Touring, aka rear wing delete, on hand, and it was more often than not too much car for the road.
That's the beauty of the 911T. On your favorite back road, you can use every inch of the car.
You can absolutely wail on it, burn through the tires, and punish the brakes for all they're worth without automatically putting yourself and your car at grievous risk of harm.
Not too much or too little, the 911T has just the right amount of power to feel like you're getting everything the car can give you.
As our favorite roads, and incidentally our test route, tend to be in the mountains, there is quite a bit to be said for the turbos on the latest Carreras.
With their rear engines, 911s put down power exceptionally well, and the low to mid-range torque the turbos afford you allows the 911T to leap off hairpin corners even at high altitude.
A shorter final drive ratio exclusive to manual transmission Ts makes the powertrain even more responsive.
More than just making the best of its power, the 911T is about limits, finding them, testing them, exceeding them, and dancing on the edge of them.
They're more than high enough to have a ball on public roads but low enough that exceeding them leaves you room to recover.
A GT3 on roads like these has limits so high by the time you found them, it won't end well.
The degree of precision and control Porsche has dialed into the T with just a sport suspension package, limited slip diff, and rear steering is legitimately impressive.
It's as if it was set up from the factory for autocrossing.
The car feels alive, desperate to tackle a turn the minute you set off.
Every crack of the downsized steering wheel is met immediately with an aggressive tack into the corner, every routine maneuver an invitation to turn your commute into a race.
The only thing this car wants is to be driven hard by someone who enjoys driving for driving's sake.
Porsche will tell you some of this is thanks to weight savings, but take it with a grain of salt.
Thinner rear glass and nylon straps for interior door handles do indeed save weight, but not much.
Opting for the $5,200 carbon fiber bucket seats will save weight, too, partly by removing the rear seats, but not a large amount.
The best thing you can do to keep weight down is the same thing you can do to keep the price down: don't add features.
Sure, you can tart it up with adaptive cruise control, heated and cooled leather seats, a premium stereo, and more, but at that point you might as well just get a 911 GTS.
No, what makes the 911T special is its lack of conveniences. It's an enthusiast's blend of semi-exclusive performance features at a price you can't match playing with base Carrera build sheets.
Even the carbon ceramic brake option is up for debate.
Unfortunately, unlike with some previous stripped-out Porsches, things like the stereo and AC aren't.
On the former, the U.S.
Regulation requiring all cars to have reverse cameras beginning in 2018 prevents Porsche from ditching the infotainment system like they do in Europe, and if it's there, you gotta keep the speakers, too, so it works.
For the latter, Porsche simply decided an AC delete was a bridge too far for a car nominally named Touring.